Well, here we are down here on the bottom food plot. It's the last check, and I've got some grass problems I'm going to have to get after, which really ain't that big a deal, but I'm going to get after it, and I expected it. It's a brand new planting, and there's a little bit too much grass, but there's also a lot of triticale and oats out here too. This is awesome, and this is a big food plot. And so I want to talk to you guys about something other than food plots, because you know what? You can crack open any book, any magazine, go to any TV show, and they talk about it, and they show them turning over some dirt and throwing down some lime and some fertilizer and seeds and how to mow it and when not to mow it and when to spray it, okay? And for you guys that need some assistance, I'm here always. Just go to Hunt Outdoors LLC on Facebook. Hit me up, because you're already here looking at this, and I'll give you the best advice I can. I want to talk to you real quick about something else. And there's been a few other hunting celebrities that over the years have been really respected in the industry, and they've been coming out against some of the industry standards that's going on and some of what you guys have been seeing and watching. And I got to say, I agree with them. You know what? Hunting's not a bunch of high-fiving, acting like a bunch of idiots, smearing camouflage all over yourself, hoo-hawing and grabbing butt and giggling and hooing. You know, the only reason they're doing that, most of them, they went with some outfitter somewhere, and all they had to do was drop the frickin' string or pull the trigger. That's the truth of it. Most of them do what this is, this food plotting and setting stands and stuff, very little other than if they don't like where a particular outfitter set them and they see a buck come out somewhere else, they'll just move the tree stand. Well, that's a given, no matter what hunt you're on. And so, you know, guys, quit treating us like we're stupid. When you have several $1 million and several thousand acres, if you can't grow giant whitetail deer and hundreds of acres of food plots and great cover, then you're a failure at deer hunting anyway, and you're a failure at representing what it's supposed to be about. I'm sorry, it's the way it is. You know, when I started this game 41 or 2 years ago, about 42 years ago now, any deer was good enough, and you were lucky to see a deer in hunting season, and if you saw a deer, you were something else. You were really on your game. And if you killed a deer, a buck deer back then in this state, man, you knew something the rest didn't know. And over the years, it's turned to something ugly. Since when does Billy Bob over here in Illinois or Pennsylvania or northern New York or right here in my home county have the right to tell you, me, or anybody else what kind of whitetail buck or deer they should be hunting? Sure, there's limits when it comes to conservation. When there's not enough deer, or when there's way too many deer, it might be time to tell them, hey, you know, you might need to maybe lighten up a little and not kill the does, or dude, you might want to consider killing a couple extra does this year. That's conversation, and that's a suggestion. But when you sit there and ridicule me or the neighbor next to me or the guy a state away because you're sitting on the internet and you're an internet cowboy behind a keyboard telling everybody what they should and shouldn't be killing, and you're an age expert from a picture, you're the issue. You don't know jack. You need to shut up, sit back and pull your fingers off the keyboard, and remember, you don't hunt where they do. You don't know the backstory, and you don't know what makes them happy. So shut the hell up, okay? If you haven't got anything positive to say or add to a conversation that really means something to somebody, like a compliment, or hey, you know, you might try this little tactic next year, it might help up your game a little bit or something, then shut up. I don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. And you're the problem, and you're that 20% who are considered elitists, who are part of the big groups, who are part of all the issues that we're all facing in hunting today, and you're causing divide. It doesn't matter whether they use them. freaking crossbow, a shotgun, a rifle. It doesn't matter if they use a compound, if they use fingers and a stick, it doesn't matter. If they don't plant 50 acres of food plot, that's okay. They might only get to hunt public ground, or they might have a 5-acre plot behind somebody's house along a creek line somewhere. You don't know the story. And that 1.5-year-old 6-pointer or spike might have been all they could get. Maybe they've got somebody with cancer or an illness in their family, and they only get out twice a year, and they're awful proud of going out there and shooting that one deer, because that might be the only chance they get all year. You ever think about that? Stop being an internet cowboy. Quit being so critical. And that includes all you industry greats that think you're awesome. Okay? You know who you are. Deer management groups and stuff, and trophy management groups. Shut up. Congratulate people on their stuff. Quit telling them what they need to do. Quit telling me what I need to do. Quit telling us what to kill and what not to kill. We're not going to save big bucks for you anymore and shoot that little bitty scrawny doe that came by, because if you can't shoot a big buck, an old buck, then don't shoot any of the bucks. We're not saving the bucks for you. Shut up. Think before you speak or type. I don't care. We don't care. And one day, you're going to be so regretful when you start losing your privileges because of people like us, who have had enough of you, who block you, who ignore you, who in groups make fun of you and laugh at you and criticize you. Because why? I'm just going to be blunt. This is the internet, and I'll tell you to your face. I'm going to be at a show down here in southern Indiana. If you're that man, you're an ass, and you're part of the problem. Get the hell away from me. I don't need your critique. I don't need your criticism. I don't need to be told that buck needed another year. Maybe it's the biggest buck I had all year. Maybe it was not the buck that I was looking for, but maybe it was a buck I thought, you know what? I'm better off without him in the gene pool. I might just go ahead and just knock him down. I know calling doesn't work, but I'd feel better knowing that he didn't knock out 5 little half racks this year. Shut up. Compliment somebody. Give them a real sense of awareness and accomplishment. And when they really ask you for help, don't be a smart ass. Give them some help. Give them some real advice. And remain realistic. They might hunt in one of the worst areas that you've ever been in. And that little 1.5 or 2.5-year-old buck might be the best thing they've got. And them passing it just means the 32 guys down the creek line another 700 yards are going to kill it. Think before you speak. Ed Hunt on Outdoors. I'll be back, and if you don't like it, you know how to block me.